Okay, next we are talking about a full moon ceremony, which in some ways has a lot of similarities to a new moon ceremony, except for in this one we are going to be releasing, and on top of that we're going to be burning something. So one of the main things that we need for this is a bowl that is safe to burn in and an environment that is safe to burn in as well. This is something that I would usually do outside. Or I would leave my sacred space for the time that I go and burn it, and I would do it outside. If burning it seems like too much for you, you can write your releases on toilet paper and flush them down the toilet, and you can also bury it in the earth and allow the earth to take it and cleanse it from your life, which is a really cool option as well. So I'm not actually going to be burning anything today because I am indoors because it would be too loud outside for me to film. So this is the type of bowl. It's ceramic. It's not plastic. This is something that I would generally burn in. So step one of our moon ceremony is to set up our sacred space, either inside or outside. If it's outside, you could look up at the full moon, which would be absolutely amazing. And also receiving full moonlight on your skin, especially for women, helps regulate hormones and helps your menstrual cycle get back into a better flow. I sell an item called Blood Power, which talks a lot about that. So if that's something you're interested in, head over to my website. Otherwise, we're setting up for a burning. So inside or outside, ventilated, safe, controlled. So when we choose the piece of paper that we're going to be using for our burning, we would choose something super small like this because we don't want to have this massive fire. Or maybe you do. If you have the means to be able to do that, feel free. We're going to use this today. So we've created our sacred space. We're encircled by our protective items that we love. We do our meditation to arrive. A couple of minutes there, get grounded in our space. I ask my guides, God and Goddess, Mama Gaia, and Grandmama Moon to be with me today during my ceremony. Yes, so that is the invocation. So we are bringing them in to be with us during the ceremony. So you can say that once, or if you want to say that 3 times, as I've mentioned a couple of times, I do say things 3 times often. So again, we are going to be lighting our candle and smudging ourselves if it is available. Again, if it is not, no problem. Meditation is often very cleansing, so that could be considered your cleanse as well. Oh, I'm using my Santo Paolo. Which smells absolutely beautiful. Any kind of creativity that you can think to get yourself covered in the smoke. If you have a smudge wand or a giant feather to feather it around with, up to you. So now we're going to go into our second meditation. So our second meditation, like in the new moon, we did a meditation of what we want in the future. This meditation is going to be about what we need to release. So we're just going to be thinking about the things that we need to release and reaffirming why we need to release them. So again, we take 5 to 10 minutes. What do we need to release? I eat a lot of junk food. That's something that I want to, I don't eat a lot of junk food, but sometimes, I'll go crazy on a Friday night, and that's something that I'd like to release from my life, that habit that I have. I would like to release that from my life. So I'm just thinking all those things, then I'm going to come to after whatever amount of time feels best, and I'm going to write out into approximately 10 things. So it could be just one thing. You could be so focused on one thing that you want to release and forgive from your life and leave behind. You could just focus on that one thing if you want. It could be 1 thing, 2 things, up to 10 things, up to 100 things. Really up to you. 10 things, I would say, is a healthy amount. Where it's really, the less that you have, the more that you can focus on making the decisions going forward on how to actually release those from your life. So we take that time, we write those 10 things down, and then we have our declaration to the moon about the things that our intentions to release. I release a friend who does not treat me fairly or respectfully. I release a habit to allow others to take advantage of me. I release limiting beliefs. I release self-doubt. I release attitudes, addictions, relationships, whatever it is. It can be absolutely boundless, whatever it is that you feel that you need to release, not just on the physical world, but internally as well. If there's something internally that you want to release, which is the limiting beliefs and the self-doubt. Okay, and next we make the declaration to the full moon. At a full moon, I allow my spirit to release all which is unneeded and destructive. I move forward for my highest good and the highest good of all. I release into the earth all which is no longer needed and ask it be transmuted into new and positive energies. We take a moment, we really feel that declaration, we feel the readiness to release this, we feel that declaration. Thank you to the universe around us for taking that from us and replacing it with new, more positive energies. This is where we would do a very light burn, so I usually stick that into my candle, let it get about halfway, and then stick it into my bowl, and I watch it. And I watch it as it burns, and I believe and I feel the release and the forgiveness that is happening. This is important to sit here for a while and really watch that process of it leaving your life through this piece of paper. So it's going to burn, but then it's also going to be a flame for a little while, and it's going to crumble up a little bit, and just watch that happen. Watch the disintegration of the things that you have decided that need to leave your life. So really spend that time in that, believing and feeling and knowing that it is happening for you. And then we thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And we blow out the candles. Thank you to my guides for being here with me today. And that closes our circle and ends our ceremony. That is our full moon ceremony, one of my absolute favorites. All right, we are going to move into a quick talk about the zodiac next and how to integrate that into your ceremony.